What is good, guys? Happy Friday. Today, we're going to go ahead and continue back testing. There are a couple of pairs that I wanted to look at. So let's go ahead and get into that. Right. But let's go ahead and go to AUDUSD. AUDUSD. All right. Let's go to a higher time frame. Actually, I'm sorry. It was NZDUSD. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, guys, the play of the week that I was looking at was right here. This happened on Wednesday. Right. I don't like my crosshairs. Right. This happened on Wednesday. Right. Wednesday. So Monday set us up, gave us a nice pullback, started consolidating a little bit, right? Started consolidating a little bit, continuing down lower. By Tuesday, it looks like we had a sweep of liquidity. And then the market reverses, right? And that happened on a Wednesday. So everything happened. So Tuesday, consolidation. Let me see. Yes, Tuesday consolidation. Even the sweep happened on a Tuesday. And then the change of character happened on a Wednesday. Market gives you an entry back on that Wednesday, it looks like. And then it's out of there on Thursday. So this literally happened this whole week. And how do you know, like, why I'm like about the days is because on the bottom right here, if you look at the bottom, this black box, I'm looking at the days that happened. So you see when I move it left to right, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. Right. So all of this right here, guys, happened this week. All of this. Now, who traded NZDUSD this week? Anybody trade NZDUSD this week? What's up, Juan? What's good, Manny? Honestly, NZD doesn't get much love from me either. I gotta be honest. I don't trade that very often. I gotta be real with you guys. But I was looking at this in correlation with AUDUSD because AUDUSD gets more love out of me. I don't know why, but I like trading AU a little bit more. But look at the structure that we have right here, right? I just want to take a second and just break all of this stuff down and why it happened the way it did. Right. So as we go to the daily time frame, right, notice what's happening here. I believe this is equal lows if we go up to a higher time frame. Let's see why I have this wick. Yeah, because there's a wick right here. So you can see the market is respecting off of this support. Market came back, gave me some more support. So it is respecting this, but again, higher time frame, for some reason, their support and resistance are very, very strong. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is technically trapped inside this region. All of this, right? So for some reason, I don't know why, but higher time frames usually get a lot of respect, right? We can already see this has been 2 years, 2003, 2004, 2005, right? So about 2 years going on in this specific zone on higher time frame. So when I see that, right, when I see that the market has looked like it wants to start reversing for a little bit, I want to go ahead and see if we can catch those buys, especially, right, when I trade anything that's major, right, anything with the USD, I like to compare that with the US dollar, right? I like to compare that with the US dollar. Now, mainly just to give me some bias, right, of what I can expect on anything USD, right? So if we go to the dollar, look at how like you're literally going to see this upside down. And maybe, I mean, honestly, it might be a little bit different, but you're going to see it upside down, right? It's going to be looking like this. Right? So let's go ahead and take a look. See that? So the market on the dollar has already given me reversals. And not to mention, guys, I mean, we were already anticipating this like 2 months ago, right? When the market was down here chilling, we were already looking for sales. So whoever had this zone in mind and set alerts around here, I mean, anything that they're trading again or with the US dollar has been helping them out. And hopefully you guys are catching blues off of this, right? But back to the market, right? The US dollar has already given me that shift that I've been looking for. Now, this is a good thing, right? But now when we go back to NZDUSD, we can see it's very, very similar. So if the dollar wants to start moving down, I can expect NZD to start moving up. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. Because there is a correlation. Now, I haven't done this in a minute because Neri does it way better with me or than I do. So let's see. USD. It's actually going here. Neri does this way better than me. All right, guys. So I still wanted to use that. If the US dollar goes down, guys, anything with the USD in front of it will also go down because that is the major pair. That is the main pair that is with that, or that is the main currency that's with that pair, right? So if it's USD in the front, anything USD, anything else will continue to do its thing, right? So keep that in mind. Now, anything that is USD goes up and it's XXX USD, it'll do the opposite, right? It'll go down, right? USD goes down, XXX USD goes up, right? So that's something to keep in mind, guys. Does this make sense? So when the US dollar, if the US dollar, if the US dollar is going up, anything USD in the front will also go up. So we can expect some bullish movement out of the USD pairs, USD CAD, USD CHF, USD JPY. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Also, anything that is when the dollar goes down, or let's use the same example. When the dollar goes back up, right? Dollar's going up and it's XXX USD, that pair will go down. So it does the opposite. So if the dollar is going up and it's XXX USD, like AUDUSD, NZDUSD, EURUSD, GBPUSD, those pairs will go down, right? So keep that in mind. So when we go back over here, we can see that AUD or NZD was going up. AUD was going up, right? USD is going down. USD CAD's going down. USD CHF is starting to go down. USD MXN is starting to go down. USD JPY has been starting to go down, right? So keep that in mind when you guys are looking at anything USD. And this goes for anything else, right? So if you're trading like AUD CAD, you guys should be marking up those currency pairs so that can help you give you some good bias, right? But when I was seeing this, guys, when I was seeing that the dollar continued to drop, right, I wanted to see if we can catch some buys on AUD, but honestly, NZD looked a lot better. So let's go this way. Now, on the daily time frame, right, we can see we have a nice BOS to the upside. Nice BOS to the upside. Now, when I see that, I'm on the daily time frame. So the zones on the daily time frame regarding the starting point is this zone right here. But I want to reduce that, right? I want to make it just a bit smaller. So I'm going to drop to the 4-hour time frame. Now, the starting point for that would be right here, right? If this is my liquidity sweep or my BOS to the downside, and then I get this change of character to the upside, notice that this right here, guys, is my breakout rally, right? That is my breakout rally. So I can minimize my starting point that looks like this all the way down to here, right? Now, Obviously, my stop loss would be this low. Now, the thing is, guys, we have a starting point right here because we broke structure right here, right? But look, we can't forget this high structure. When I pull this line across, that's the higher high on that left-hand side right there. So if I go this way, this is the higher high, right? Cool. Now look, this is the breakout rally to that. So I also have a starting point right here. Now, it obviously had a little bit of trouble. And I get that, right? I get that. But do we have a break and close below the starting point, guys? Do we have a break and close below the starting point?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Now that tells us everything that we need to know in order to make some moves, right? Not only that, structure actually rebuilds itself. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So look at this. We know that there's possible buys here, right? But you never have to be the first one in. And if you do be the first one in, you can also test trade and trust your risk to reward. You know what I'm saying? So if you ended up taking a loss here because you ended up having a tighter stop loss, which is fine, it happens. It is what it is. But we also have to have this candle close. So that the candle, let me see. The candle that hits your stop loss, right? We know that we have a BOS here. We should be marking this up as we go, right? Bearish BOS, change of character line is right here. We can see that market has been building liquidity. And so we're anticipating the market to give us one more drop into our buy zone. But we never have to be the first one in, right? And we can obviously see right here too that it gave us a little tap right there. So if you got in right there, okay, you're in blues a little bit. But if we're in blues a little bit, guys, and we just got in right here, let's say you did take this trade. How do we know we were correct and the market really wants to start going up? Who wants to be brave and mark up my chart? If we got in right here, guys. Yes, Juan. Thank you. Yes, Candido. Yes. I wish I could pronounce your name. Is it Esine? Mr. M, my boy. Mr. M. M-E. So if I got in here, I would be looking for the market to go ahead and continue to let me know I was right. Because this is the very last pullback. Lower low, lower high, lower low. So I would be waiting for the market to go ahead, make its way back up, and give us the change of character to let us know that we were correct. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. Now, till then, the market can continue down. You guys have to know this. So like you're not scared to draw down. Like this is, you guys have to understand what's going on and like what we can anticipate. So you can be like, okay, well, I got in here, right? I got in here, but I'm waiting for the market to go ahead and continue up. But until this happens, we can still continue down. We can consolidate here. We can chill. We can go higher, but we can also continue down a little bit. And once that happens, what do? We continue to mark up. We have our BOS here, and we adjust our change of character line. So now we're okay. We're in drawdown a little bit. It is what it is. It happens. Sometimes we get in early, right? But now we're expecting for the market to go ahead, change character, give us that confirmation so we can go ahead and feel comfortable taking that entry right here, right? We rinse and repeat that. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know, because it's super important you guys start to understand this right here. Sometimes, like, it's still a good trade. You're just in drawdown because it wasn't ready yet, right? You guys have to know that, right? We can also put our stop loss right here so we can have a good visual of what's going on. Cool. So let's go ahead and continue. So market swept liquidity. Awesome. That's a good thing. Now, obviously, whoever got in right here ends up getting clapped because, market, gave us some consolidation. Most likely this was news or some type of, most likely this was news. And then boom, we shot right back up, right? So that happens. Anytime there's a good move, guys, like anytime there's a really good move, it's always going to try its best to wick you out. It's always going to try its best to put fear in your heart and fear in your mind. That way you can be like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. The markets just dropped. Boom. Crazy. Markets just drop. Maybe I was wrong. Hey, it's okay that you got stopped out. That's why we trust our risk to reward. That's why we trust our risk to reward, guys. Right? But as soon as this candle hits our stop loss, we have to wait for that candle to close. That'll let us know what we got to do next. So that doesn't give us a BOS. It's more of a liquidity sweep. But now let's go ahead and just play it back one more time. So as soon as this candle, as soon as that candle wicks my stop loss, guys, I have to go ahead and put my starting point or my change of character line right there. It's super important because this is the last pullback. Lower low, lower low, lower high, sweep of liquidity. And we're expecting buys, right? So this can happen. This can happen. Now, if the market reverses, we're looking for that buy now. Boom, we can send the market up. Let's go ahead. Okay, cool. So we took a loss. It is what it is. But now we have that extra confirmation that we're looking for, right? We know that the dollar's going down. So NZDUSD should be looking for some bullishness, right? Change of character to the upside. So, guys, where's my shoulder going to be at? Who wants to go ahead and draw my chart? Who wants to mark it up? Let's go. Let's go. From the lowest wick to the closest body, which is right there. Right? My stop loss is going to be this low wick. This is my new stop. Let's delete this old one. So now this is my setup, guys. The market wants to come back inside of here. My stop loss at this low, minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Minimum 1 to 3. Minimum 1 to 3, guys. Right? Where is my 1 to 1? 1 to 1 is my break even. 1 to 2 is my partial. 1 to 3, I take home the dub. Right? So let's take a look. Market's going higher. It happens, guys. Sometimes it's not going to go ahead and come back right away. So market hits my entry. Market hits my entry, guys. Right? What are we looking to do? What are we looking to do, guys? We did all the analysis already. We know that the dollar is dropping. So NZDUSD should start heading up now. Right? We were looking for buys at this possible starting point. It hit stop loss, right? It happens, but now we have to use our brain and our knowledge and the things that we've learned. Does it close below our stop loss, giving us a redirection, a change of direction, right? Because if the market did break and close, then we would start looking to continue down a little bit more. But it doesn't, it only wicks. So because it wicks, we're still continuing to look for some buys, especially after it changes character. Guys, if it wicks you out and then immediately reverses and starts heading your direction, hey, you got in a little early. Sometimes it happens. But as soon as we see this, that's the confirmation we're looking for. So now we're expecting for the market to come back, give us an entry, and continue higher, right? So what does this look like, guys? Remember on the call when we were talking about pullbacks, right? This is my higher high. This is my higher low on the higher time frame. We're looking to continue higher. But on the lower time frame, this is what we're seeing. Break a structure. Break a structure. Consolidation. Liquidity sweep. Change of direction. We need that entry so it can give us that higher high we're looking for. Who remembers that call? Who was on that? Who was on that call? Dang, none of y'all plug in? That's crazy. All right, bet. Telling you guys, this is clean structure right here. Awesome, Jennifer. Let's go. So let's take a look. We're already in right now. We hit our break even. What should we do, guys? What should we do?
Move
The
that way.
market hit our break even. What should we do? I know how to do this. Do you guys know how to do this? I'm helping you. SL to entry. Awesome. So, guys, I was risking money here, right? Maybe 20, maybe 200, maybe 50, maybe 500. I don't know what your guys' risk is, but I'm going to move my stop loss from the negative amount to 0, or maybe even slightly in profit a little bit, right? That's what we like to do. Now, look, I broke even. Boom. At this point, our trade is risk-free, right? Our trade is risk-free. So let's continue now. Boom. The market hits our take partials. Guys, what should we be doing? What should we be doing, guys? I'm gonna start doing a cheer. Come on, fam. What are we doing when the market hits our take partials?
Taking partials.
Thank you. You know how simple that, who said that, bro? Thank you. Thank you. You take partials, guys. Take money off of the playing field. If you got, honestly, that hurt me so bad my first year, bro. Like, I'd be in hella blues and then not take anything, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go up to X amount, and then it'll go right back to my entry, and then like even hit my stop loss. You know, so like, one, not having good risk management, not moving stop loss to break even, not taking partials, that hurts you guys. Guys, that hurts you. Okay, so what taking partials means, let's say I made $100, right? For an example, let's say from this area right here to here, I made $100. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna take half of that out. I'm gonna put $50 in my trading account, and I'm gonna let the rest of that 50 run, so the market can possibly continue to make more. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I'm telling you, like, even if it's maybe you're up $10, bro, you're like, I'm gonna take it out at 35 or 40 or 50. Just take the $5, guys. Build the good habits, because sooner or later, that $10 is gonna be $1,000 before you know it, right? So it's good to like already. Oh, my $10 is already 1,000. It's already 10K. Think like that. Be disciplined. Stay consistent. I'm telling you, because those little things make a big difference. So now let's see. This trade, in my opinion, is already a winner, because we were able to take some money off of the playing field. Right now, let's see if we take home, the bacon. Pow. Let's go. So we made new highs, just like we wanted. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's go to the higher time frame. Look at that, guys. That's literally what the pullback looks like on the higher time frame. We know we had to break a structure here. But when the market's really bullish, guys, sometimes it'll leave these zones down here. Like, it's not always going to be like, okay, break a structure, let's start heading back now, and then go. Like, sometimes it's what it's going to do. It's going to go ahead, give you that break of structure, give you a nice little pullback, and continue up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And then it'll start heading back down now. Right? So when you're anticipating bullishness, let's look at the US dollar. Let's see how that looks on the daily time frame. Same thing. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Now look at this, guys. Same type of thing, right? Let's delete this. On the US dollar, our breakout happened. Oops. Our breakout happened right here. Boom. So my starting point, technically, on the daily time frame is way up here. But when the market is really moving, it's going to leave those zones for later. So what you have to do is drop down to a lower time frame, right? Piece by piece, and then you're going to start seeing more starting points appear. So I had that help me in this setup right here. Now, guys, I mean, this right here was like fire, super fire. Now, when we look at this compared to AUDUSD, the setup's a little bit different. Now, we do supply and demand and market structure. We don't use support and resistance. I mean, not like most people do. Because technically, this is support and resistance, right? Let's just delete this real quick. This is support. This is resistance. So we're using it, we're watching it, we're using that in our favor because we know anybody who's trading inside support and resistance is eventually going to get smacked, right? Whoever was buying just got smacked, hit their stop loss, and whoever was selling just got smacked and hit their stop loss, right? So we watch it and identify the structure that's being created in our favor rather than using it, right? But let's go ahead and go back. So look at AUDUSD. Look at the structure, it's different, right? This was actually more or less a snipe. Literally a snipe. But look at NZD. The structure is a bit off, right? We have the head and shoulder here. Inverted head and shoulder. AUD had different structure. Right? Technically, we haven't even had that inverted yet. Or I'm sorry, that right shoulder yet. But AUD actually respected the starting point a lot more. A lot more. So now we have a brand new setup. Same rules apply, right? Obviously, we had liquidity being built up. Back and forth movement, consolidation, liquidity being built up. Market sweeps liquidity right into the starting point. This was a snipe. So whoever takes, who did I learn from? My mentor, Orrin Wright. My mentor, Orrin Wright. 1 to 3, smacking. He's mentored most of us as well. I've just happened to have a lot of personal time with him. Right? But this is a nice 1 to 3. I know Theta has been having a lot of personal time with him in their focus group. I also watch Mike as well. Mike, I watch Siva. I watch a lot of people, but mainly I watch Orrin, to be honest. I watch a lot of smart money traders. Siva, Jordan Morgan, Valentino. I like Valentino a lot for structure base as well. Mike Navarrete and Orrin. Your mentor Doyle on YouTube. Nice, bro. Nice. Let's check this out, guys. Look at this starting point that we have right here. Look at the high. Now, again, if we go to that daily time frame, notice how the starting point is actually a bit down here. Right? This is it right here. We drop down on the 4-hour time frame. Notice how we have a starting point right there. So we could be expecting some type of bullishness right here. At least a nice push up, right? Maybe you get in, maybe you don't. But at the same time, this gave a super nice play. Consolidation, a nice sweep, and then the market goes our way. So again, whoever ended up taking this at the touch, first touch, ends up smacking. But whoever hits that 50%, I know Miguel likes to trade 50%, right? You want to miss this beautiful opportunity. So for me, that's why I like to trade the first touches, because the pairs that I like, AUDUSD, you know, I like AU, it does this a lot. So I end up just taking the first touches. But now we have a brand new setup, right? I'm expecting for the market to go a bit higher. So I'd be looking for the market to come and do its thing. Now we have an inverted. Left shoulder, head, change of direction. I would like for the market to come back. We also have a starting point, right shoulder play. Let's continue up higher. Excuse me. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Structure looks clean right now, and it took some time for it to develop something super clean, because a lot of the stuff like in here was kind of nasty. We even caught some of this move. I sent this to the Reno squad, so we ended up, I mean, whoever took it ended up catching this big move here. Oh, the boy Gio, what's up, Gio? What's up, twin? Haha. Good luck to my competitor, my boy. Love that dude. Let's go to GU. GU and a lot of these pairs had the same structure. You just ate some tacos? Don't lie to me. We might have to even that out. We might have to even that out, my boy. I need the proof though. Send the proof, and I'll eat a taco. We can even out today. That's funny. Yeah, you are right, iPhone. You know, Head and Shoulders is a little bit different of a style than supply and demand, but they also work together. Usually you'll find supply and demand, it works hand in hand with the structure of a Head and Shoulder, right? So like this is a great example just right here in itself. We have a Head and Shoulder here, right? Left shoulder, a lot of liquidity. All of this is my left shoulder. My head, change of direction. We're looking for the market to come back inside this area to give us another buy opportunity and shift that market higher, right? Then I look what I'm looking at. Do I start the top? Y'all do the start of the candle to supply and demand. I draw my supply and demand is like this, from wick to wick. From wick to wick. Looking for buys and sells in the market. But this would be my demand zone, right? This is my starting point. We call them starting points here on these calls while trading levels, because those are the candle that starts the bearish or bullish move, right? This bearish candle started this rally breakout. So we call those things, we call the supply and demand starting points, right? But this right here would be my demand zone. Now, notice how we have a demand near a left shoulder. So based off of structure, I have till this red line, right? The market can drop all the way down. And as long as it doesn't break and close below this red line, we can still continue higher. That's why the starting points and supply and demand work so well with the structure Head and Shoulders. Right, but look, check this out, guys. Same thing. This is GBPUSD. Look at AU. Very, very similar structure. Look at that. AU, GU. So just seeing this, guys, I'm like, honestly, if I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh, bro, the market definitely wants to start heading up on the XXX USD pairs, because the market's setting us up. We can see that the market is continuing higher. We have a BOS of the upside. All right, let's drop down to the 1 hour time frame so we can see structure inside that pullback. Right, same rules apply right here. Even though it looks a little funky, if I'm looking at this, I would still be looking at this as an inverted on this time frame. Let's delete this. If I'm looking for buys in an uptrend, the market needs to create some type of inverted, right? So we have consolidation, the sweep of liquidity, continued up higher. So if I'm looking at this as an inverted, this is my left shoulder. And I believe this right here was my 4 hour demand. So I'm still looking at that as a possible buy opportunity. Now, when I see that and then the liquidity starts building up right above it, boom, the market's chilling right here, guys. Look at that. Market has just been playing around this area. Yeah, the market does continue in giving it does continue on giving more bullish, opportunities. Starting point there. You know what I'm saying? It's letting the market go higher, but it's also trapping it. We gonna have to even that out, my boy. Ha ha. You feel me? Right. So notice this starting point ends up trapping the market. Consolidate, or I'm sorry. I mean, it does consolidate, but this whole thing is consolidation, but equal lows, right? Support, support, support. It's just building liquidity in this thing, right? But when I see that the market is bullish and I see a starting point right here with liquidity, guys, you got to be thinking continuation. Liquidity sweep, inverted head and shoulders. Inverted head and shoulders. Every head and shoulder is going to be different, right? Every head and shoulder is going to be different. But look at this. Liquidity. The liquidity sweep right into my starting point, and the market continues in its bullishness. Guys, all of this happened this week too. Where's Monday? Monday's right here. All of this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday gives an entry. You're out of here Thursday, and Friday you're deep in profit. Entry at the top of the zone. Stop loss at the bottom. Minimum 1 to 3, but I would like to attack these highs. That's a 1 to 4. That's a good opportunity right there. That's a really good opportunity right there. So whoever was trading GU and caught this, you were on the right side of the market. But whoever was getting involved inside of here on GU and got clapped, you were part of the liquidity. Who trades GU? Did you have a good trade week trading GU? You guys can be honest. Were you guys part of the liquidity? And did you guys get clapped? Or were you guys on the right side of the market? Right? You're gonna have to ask that question to yourself and understand why we got lost. Because if you are looking at the market like this, trying to find some sell opportunities, right? Maybe someone's looking at this as a break of structure. Maybe you're too zoomed in and you're looking at this, you're like, oh, I got a, BOS here and a change of character here. So I would be looking for a starting point to continue sales, right? Maybe the market is selling off a little bit. I'm just going to continue sales. If that's what you're looking for, you were on the wrong side of the market. You were on the wrong side of the market. The market was going up. The market created everything it needed to. The liquidity, we're expecting the sweep, gives us the opportunity, and literally takes off. And if you missed it, you missed it. We won't be back here for a while. But that right there, really nice play. Really nice opportunity. Let's go to G or EU. Let's go to EU. I was trying to catch this sell up here, but the market continued down. So that's the thing. You can take counter trends, but you want them sooner rather than later. Right? When you get this BOS that happens right here. I'm sorry, the change of character that happens here. BOS to the upside. Change of character. You want the sell to more or less happen right away, to sell down to your buy rather than the market continuing down. Because when the market continues down, that means that this sell is way less likely. Because the market is bullish, the market's going to go ahead and respect the bullish momentum and continue up higher, which you can see that's exactly what it did. Go over Solana. Go over Solana daily. I got you. We'll go over it right after this. We have enough time. Ooh. All right. Well, how about, are you on your phone or are you on your laptop? After this, I can put you on. You can talk about it a little bit. Or you want me to go over it? I want the boy Long on the call. Put the boy Long on. But look,
We
yeah.
good, bro?
Hell yeah, my boy. Let me go over this and then I'll go ahead and bring you up. So, yeah, so since the market is bullish, right, we can see that the market is starting to head up now. Thing, especially from the from right here. So it's starting to head up now, guys. We want to be on the right side of the market and continue with the trend rather than take that counter trend. But even right here, guys, this is fairly decent. It doesn't look the same like GU, but it's fairly decent. In my opinion, GU was the better structure. I would have felt more confident trading GU. But we have a break of structure to the upside. Huge starting point, huge starting point, right? But look, check me out. If we drop down to the 1 hour time frame, excuse me, let's drop down and see if we could find something inside of here. Like, I need to see a pullback. I want to see something a bit more defined. So the closest structure I can see is here. Let's drop down even more. Let's see. Okay. So look, this is the 5-minute time frame, guys, right? I want to just leave this right here. And I want you guys to show me my starting point for bias. That's the setup, right? Lower low, left shoulder, lower high, lower low, my head, change of direction. Where is my starting point, guys? Sorry, I'll move it right there.
The last.
Let's go. My starting point. Yes. My stop loss is at this low. I'm just going to change this color real quick. Let's delete that. JV, if you can delete that circle, I'd appreciate it. So let's go back up to that 15. Boom. So now instead of my entry being something like this, now don't get me wrong, this is a bit bigger for sure, right? It's a bit bigger. I'm sorry. It's still big, but we shrunk it up just a little bit, right? I would be happy with that. That's only 40 pips, right? If you can't risk 40 pips on the 15-minute, I mean, don't trade indices. I don't know, that's all I gotta say. So we've minimized it. But look, just off of that, that's a 1 to 2.5. I still want to stretch this out to 1 to 3. Let's pop out. We haven't got there yet, but I would still like to continue to the upside, right? But look, check me out. Well, let's go back. My 1 to 1. My 1 to 1s break even. It's super important you guys have this stuff, guys. You see how I literally have everything right here? I can copy it. And I have this already saved on my trading view. You guys need to do the same thing to stay consistent. Boom. So let's go ahead and check it out. We still have to practice good money management. We still want to continue up higher. Market goes my way. Going my way. Awesome. We hit break even and we hit take partial. So what do I got to do? I have to move my stop loss to break even and slightly into profit. And I'm going to take money off the playing field. So let's just say from my entry here to up here, right? I don't know how much you risk, but let's just say, you know what? You're up $25. Now let's say you're up $50. You're up $50. I'm going to go ahead and take off $25 off the trading table and leave 25 to continue to make more. Does that make sense? You're up $50. You're going to take 25 off the playing field, put it in your trading account, and then leave the rest of the 25 so it can continue to grow more. That's important. Now let's continue. Boom. Market starts to drop. So look, wouldn't you feel like a fool if you were just up $50 or maybe even $500 and then you see the market go right back to $150? Or from from $50 all the way back down to $15? Wouldn't that hurt your psychology? Guys, listen to your rules. Isn't it so crazy that anytime somebody else gives you rules, you follow them with the snap of your finger? Like anytime you guys tell yourself to do something, it's super hard and you just lie to yourself. Why do you think a lot of people, and this goes both ways, but a lot of people get a lot better? I'm not saying they become profitable, but they become a lot better trading with the broker, with the funded brokers. Why? Because they are given rules, so they must trade right. They're literally giving you a trading plan, like a soft, well-rounded trading plan. They say, don't go over this and don't lose this. Anything in between is workable, right? But they're telling you you can't lose X amount of money. They're making you become strict. They're making you become a strict trader to calculate your trades and everything, so on and so forth. But anytime you have to put down your checklist and it's time to follow your checklist, why can't you guys do that? I'm not talking like you guys directly. Like if it's you and you know it's you, bro, do it. Sis, do it. I promise you it's going to help you out. So as long as you find the same setup from a big time frame to a small one, it confirms that yes. Confirms it's a buy or sell. Yes, correct. Correct. Jennifer just had a breakthrough. Everybody, I wish I had buttons that could just be like, hooray, Jennifer, you rock. You know, that'd be crazy. It'd be lit. It'd be too lit. All right, but my boy, I got you. Guys, it's very important we follow the rules, but let's go ahead and bring up Long so he can go ahead and break up. Zoom user requested to allow multiple decline, my boy.
What's good? What's good, y'all?
I'm gonna go ahead and give you host. That way, you can.
Bet it's a little noise right now. I'm at the gym. I don't got any headphones, but
No,
yeah,
you're good.
I'll share my screen. I'm on my phone, but it's funny how you just mentioned all those things because what I'm about to go over Solana kind of basically relates to everything you had just said. Let me know when you give me hosts.
Yeah, I got you. Your host.
All right, bet. All right, y'all can see my screen. Y'all can see my screen, right?
No.
What the hell? Y'all can see my trading view app?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yes.
We can now.
All right, perfect. So kind of going back to what Vinny was looking at, right? To be honest, I didn't think Solana would drop this far, and I got a few Solana investment and so on, but like for me, I'm looking at this daily structure, right? You have low, high, and then this low, so 6. So your range is this low and this high. Kind of have a wick right here. So this whole time, like you're building up a lot of liquidity right here, right? And we come right into this your daily starting point, order block, really right, the block right before we break structure, and it plays around this area a couple of times, like it plays around this area, and you could tell that this area is a strong level. Every time we touch this area, bounce, right? For me, I specifically like this block still, and when we came right here and left off, like I'm like, shit, we're gone. I don't know where we'll come back here, but somehow we make our way down here and we build, the wicks, a lot of liquidity. So for me, when it came in this area, I liked it, and I didn't really take it right away. So for me, like I usually set half my order right here, and then I market execute. I market execute the other half when I start seeing lower time frame break of structure. And I started doing this because Junior had recommended me it, and it's working out for me the last couple months. So for me, as I look on the lower time frame, like we can see it's slowly moving its way up. But if I look on the 1 hour, we can see some clean break of structures, right? We poke down, right? Come back up, poke down one more time, breaks this low, and now we slowly see it coming up. So you have your low, your high, and then your low. Right here, it plays around. It leaves you this block right before it leaves, and we break this high. Break this high, comes back, touches this block. We get a clean reaction. For me, so I have one entry. Second entry is right around this block right here off this wick. right? And I used to never be the type to take partials, y'all, because I was like, fuck no, like I want to ride that shit to the moon, you know. But it for me, I've held a lot of trade and didn't take partial and ended up leaving with nothing. So it's like, imagine you hold a trade for 4 or 5 days a week, and you're up X amount, and it breaks you even. You leave with nothing. That's a shit feeling. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that, but that's like it's like you do so much hard work and you leave with absolutely nothing. Obviously, we never want to think of that scenario, but that's a real possibility of a lot of trading. So like for me, this is a swing trade. I'm looking to hold this to all-time high, but I'm not looking to hold the full position. I rather slowly scale out and get back in again. So what I did is I already have my zones pre-marked up from the daily where I'm scaling out at my bottom entries. This is my lowest entry. I'm scaling out right here. For me, this is a strong area. I'm hoping this breaks, but I don't know if it does. So once it reaches this area, I'm scaling this bottom entry out. And these are the zones I have marked up to slowly start scaling out. But as I'm also slowly scaling out, I want to see this continue to go up. So I'm also looking for, I would say, intraday kind of buy. So I bought right here. Once we reach around up here, I scaled out. I scaled out, and I also like this area right here. So we have your starting point right before you get your break up, right? For me, the reason why I like this starting point is because you also build up a lot of liquidity right here. Liquidity. You have wicks, 1, 2 wicks, 2, 3, 4 wicks, and then today when it came down, to be honest, I thought when it came down with this wick right here, and we get a strong reaction. I remember typing this in the level chat. I thought this was gone. So initially I had a limit set right inside this 1 hour with this first wick. And as you can see, it wicks right up and leaves. And I canceled my order because for me, this was gone. But once we come down around this area again, I didn't enter right away just because for me, this had a strong reaction. And then the thing is, if you leverage trade crypto, it's gonna go, it really goes in one direction. Like if everything is green, Solana's gonna move up. And that's what I've noticed. Obviously, it's not always the case, but if it's a bloody day in crypto and you try to buy against the trend, you will get absolutely railed. But you catch the trend at the right time in crypto, you could catch a move good enough for a whole month for you to make a nice deposit. So for me on the 15 minute, right? Low, high, low, break. For me on lower time frame, once I break, I just enter. I enter because initially off the 1 hour, I would have done something like this anyways. Of the 1 hour, I would have done something like this anyway, right? In this wick with the stop right below the low. So initially, if my zone, so 1 to 3, let's say 1 to 3, this is simple. 1 to 3, if my zone is this area and wick stop loss below the low, for me, regardless or not, this is to me a good setup. Like I don't care if I win or lose. Like if it's a good setup, I'm taking it. And it fits my trading plan, it's what I like to look for. Like I can't really decide what's gonna happen. So for me, anywhere on a lower time frame below this entry is solid because originally this would have been my entry anyways. So on a 15 minute, once it broke right here, broke right up here, I just entered. Market executed. Stop loss originally below the low because I don't like to play tight stop loss as much anymore because on my broker the spread's kind of high too. So I'll just keep the same stop loss. And now for me, this is an extra confirmation though. It could come back around this imbalance again, or it could just leave. But for me, I got a good setup in. And now once we break this high, you have your low, your high. Once we break this high, I'm slowly scaling out of this one again. I'm scaling out majority of this one and holding the bottom entry of these. I know it sounds a little bit complicated since it's kind of more swing, but that's kind of what I'm looking at on Solana. That's how I kind of been treating like some of the higher time frame stuff. Just because my schedule's been a lot different lately, so I work like early in the morning, so I can't like trade like how I used to anymore. So really, I try to look more of the higher time frame holds, and it's been working out a lot better for me. I just think like you just gotta find out what works for you. So I think trading is a lot of trial and errors, man. And as long as you don't give up, you know, it just works out and continue to plug in. Like everything I learned is because of Vinny. So y'all, as long as y'all continue to learn and just get better, it's gonna get better. You know, there's some times where trading is hard. Trading is hard. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's hard like the chart wise. It's more on like your mentality and things like that. Because every time you fail, you kind of you kind of have like a negative thought to it, but you just got to keep pushing forward. And one thing I recommend everybody do, and I just started doing this year actually. Every week I write what things I've done good, what things I've done bad, and what things I can continue to improve on. Because you're not looking make improvement, you're most likely making the same mistakes, to be honest. And I'm not like that was happening for me for months, just because I would just chill on the weekend, not even look at any charts. So I think as long as you're looking for improvement, it'll just get better and better, But appreciate y'all for listening to my little rant. I hope y'all having a good night.
Let's go, baby. Can you make me host again, please? Yo, guys, give me some 7-7s for the boy Long, my boy. If you guys have, I mean, bro, a while back when you did your first levels call, hey guys, he was not like this. He was quiet, he was shy, and you could tell the boy speaks with confidence now. He's walking different, talking different. That boy was talking 100 words a minute. He was talking so fast. But that's the thing, like he's good now, like he's confident. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's looking at now because he put in the work. Yeah, he's from Cali. He's from Oxnard. He's an Oxnardian with the boy. But hey, shout out to Long, bro. He's put in a lot of work, and the thing about Long is he was always down to put in the work, and he was never afraid to ask questions, even when there's times where, you may have good months, and you might even have a bad week or maybe even a bad month, and it's hard for you to ask questions or ask for help, but Long was always that person who always remained humble and always asked for questions and help when he needed it. And that's why he is where he is right now. So shout out to you, my boy. Freaking love it, man. I love that.
You mind if I say one more thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So like, if anyone's really like less than a year in, like one thing I really recommend, and just because I didn't put this together until really like this year, I would say like just focus on the skill set and focus really on the consistent risk on every trade. Like, because to be honest, it's very, for me, like joining at first, I wouldn't say it's unmotivating, but it's like I see people like Junior making like 10K profits. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I need to make that now because he's doing it. But like, you got to understand how much trial and errors it took him. And like, I got to know him on person, like blowing accounts and so on. So I would say like, don't compare your journey. Like everyone says that, but it's hard. And we as human beings, we always do that. But as long as you focus on the skill set and actually mastering down, like for me, I focus on mastering the same consistent risk every time, because one trade you should not get rich off one trade, and one trade should not blow up your account either. And
Exactly.
you get what I mean? And it sucks because like for me, like right now, like to be real, I risk about $50 a trade on a live account. And now I'm slowly seeing, like $150. Like even if you make one good trade a week, $150 extra is pretty solid.
That's solid,
So
bro.
exactly. So you can focus on that skill set. And if you can consistently risk $50, what's stopping you from consistently risking $500 one day? All you're gonna need is more capital. But the problem is, like, I was chasing money in the beginning. I'm telling you, like, I would risk like $20, be up like 120, and I'm like, nah, I'm trying to make $300. It come down, break me even. I just lost $120 just like that. But I'm like, you risk $20 and you're up 120. That's 6 times as much as you risk. I didn't think of it like that because I'm like, I'm trying to triple X my account right now. And I know like some of y'all might be trying to do that because that's what I was trying to do from the beginning, bbut
Same, bro.
it's like just continue to stack up and build your account slowly. You got to get those habits first, because if you can't even consistently make $50 to $100, how can you handle making consistently $500, $1,000 yet? Your mindset is not ready for that sort of money, and that's the reality. The truth I didn't want to accept. That's one of those things that it took me a while to accept, but. I see a lot of people in here risking the same amount every time. That's solid. As long as you continue to do that, like now you can start scaling up, and then there's nothing that's really stopping you at this point.
Yes, sir. That's fire. That's fire. Guys, I'm just gonna leave it with that. I mean, Long just ended the call, and I love it because that was gems. Guys, chase the skill set, don't chase the money. The gains are going to come. Chase the skill set, understand the strategy, and the gains are gonna come. Long is a freaking testament of that for sure. And I was the same way. When I first came in, guys, the professional depositor, never a withdrawer. Professional depositor, because I was chasing the money, just like Long. Over leverage on US 30, be up 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then just blow an account. And then like, bro, for what? Blow that account in like 2-3 days. But I definitely could have doubled it in a day. or tripled it in a day, but the wrong way. You know, till you get your mind right and just chase the skill set, guys. The money is inevitable. That you're already playing the money game. You're already playing the money game. You're already in here. You're already a competitor. You're doing it. You're getting it done. Just chase the skill set and the gains are going to come. Do not chase the money, fam. I'm just going to leave it with that. Fire call, in my opinion. Long, we're going to have to get you on a call when you're free, my boy. I know you're out here traveling, doing your thing, but we're going to have to get you on here, bro, because the confidence is insane. And I love to see that. And I want to continue to just water that, man. Let that thing grow.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you at the event tomorrow.
All right, my boy. Cool.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Peace out, y'all.
You guys have a great night, a great weekend. For those who are tapping into the event out here in Oxnard, I will see y'all tomorrow, family. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out. Love you guys, fam.